All right. Good morning. What we're going to do this video is talk about Yocto. What is Yocto? Good question. Yocto, I think it's org actually. Yeah. So Yocto is a pretty cool project, and what it basically allows us to do is build custom Linux OS onto a specific piece of hardware. It could be a custom piece of hardware, or it could be something off the shelf, like in our case, or in this case, I'm going to do it on the beaglebone black. So if we look at a couple things, beaglebone black, we see that there really isn't quite much on this subject. You got this guy who kind of shows you how to do, I think, the minimal install, but it gets a little dirty down here, or a little wonky. Not dirty, but it shows you how to do it like a very this is a minimal install, and I think the image he's making is Sato. It's a out of the box pokey image. And if we look further into what's actually available, TI has dropped support, and I just don't see. Basically, what I'm saying is the motivation of this video is to show how to get Wayland on the beaglebone black with Yocto, because I don't see that anywhere on the internet here. Yeah, they're talking about Arago. Hold on. Yeah, so a lot of people are complaining because basically TI dropped support for it. They're not building any more to it, which I don't actually blame them, because there is a way to get it to work, and it's very nuance based and it's very specific. So I did this a couple years ago, and I wrote down some notes to help me remember. And basically, I've left it on my machine, and the reason why I'm doing this now is to basically wipe Ubuntu off of my main computer, because I saw a video by Richard Stallman talking about how how Ubuntu is basically spying on you, or can easily spy on you, or likes to spy on you, or whatever the reason is. Anyway, so I went to do Gentoo, sorry, it's early. So I went to Gentoo, basically because I don't like that, and I like what Linux stands for, and I think that Ubuntu is not really. Anyways, I don't want to say anything too negative about Ubuntu. It did get me to where I am, and I do like it, but I don't like that they have made certain decisions for me without consent. And I think that kind of goes against Linux. So I decided to become more of a purist, I guess, and go the Gentoo route. In any case, back to Yocto. So the reason for me revisiting what I had done 2-3 years ago is to basically port it, or make Gentoo do all the beaglebone Yocto stuff, and also just to revisit it and brush up on learning it, and a little bit of show off some of my skill set, I guess, as well. And okay. So it's a beautiful site because it tells you how to get up and running. I believe the wiki is where I want to go. No, not the wiki. I think it's here. Documentation. So tells you what packages you need on an Ubuntu-based or Debian-based system. It basically translates very closely to Gentoo in terms of some of these things, and Gentoo has some of these things out of the box because you need it to compile everything anyways. In any case, if we revisit it here and we install all these things, then it will help us to build our environment such that we can build a custom OS for, in our case, the beaglebone black again. Yeah. So, let's see. The other motivation for this video is that, again, I don't see anybody. Let's see if we can find it. Weston TI. Yeah. Oh, okay. AM335X. Okay, maybe this is it. Maybe they already did it. Yeah. So he's very close, but he's using Zeus, which didn't work for me. So he got Zeus to work. I'm not sure if mine is older than that. I was going to use Dunfell branch, but oh, he gets errors. He's close, but I think he chose the wrong branch. Close. But again, I don't see anybody on YouTube having this, and Weston is killed and lost during. So basically, again, I don't see anyone with Weston on this. Cannot boot. So it looks like people want this, right? And they're trying to get it, and they're not quite able to do that, I guess. So it looks like he's trying to get the custom, I don't know, Gallium, DRM, compositor, EGL. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get EGL on this. You're gonna get again, basically what I found was a way to get hardware acceleration, EGL, GLES 1 and 2 on there, so you can run custom graphics and all that good stuff. I got sound to work on it, and I got video sort of. The hardware is only so strong. I mean, this is what it looks like, right? I mean, we're talking about a very small system on a chip. This is the beaglebone black. I had one lying around, so I said, you know what? Let's. A couple of years ago, I said let's tackle it, and kind of went crazy doing it a little bit, but it was still cool. But this is the little board we're talking about, and yeah, this is the black one. So, anyways, we were there already. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to show the size comparison, but well, it looks like there's expansion headers for it. Looks like people are still using this board, and they want it to work with Yocto, so that's what I was going to kind of fill in, and maybe make a GitHub page just so that people can just do their thing, I guess. And also a nice way to contribute back to the community, and give some love to my Yocto project here, and yeah. Okay. So without further ado, I think we'll start the build environment now that we have a basic idea of what Yocto is, and show you what it can do. So keep in mind this video will be very extensive, very nuance based, in the sense that things have to be done a specific way in order for this to build right. And also just remember that you are building an operating system here, so it's going to take time. So these videos might become very long. I'll edit it as necessary, but just keep that in mind, right? You're talking about like 4-hour builds, maybe 5-hour builds, to get everything in there, especially on just like a baseline, even without a custom application, which we will try to do, get going here. I'm going to try to change what I did before, which was use SDL on the custom application. We're going to use GLFW just because I think it's cleaner. And we'll see if that works. So we'll go through it. Anyways, right now what we need to do is set up the build environment. How do we set up the build environment? Well, we go to the docs and manuals. We check out how to build it. Quick build is nice, like I was showing earlier. And so initializing the build environment tells you how to do it. CD, source. Then you can bit bake. And yeah. So I'm going to pause the video right now. And I'm just going to actually, let's jump in. Okay, so you're going to see I have all these files here. So yeah, I think I would like to I'm deciding whether or not I want to start over again and show you guys how to build it from the beginning. So I'm thinking for the sake of the time, we'll just go through it and I'll show you, and I'll put this on GitHub or something, the configurations of what I have so far. But basically, I'll just show in... what was it? Oh yeah. So Pocky, as you can see, we're in Dunfell, and if we do our source, we come to here. These are the common targets that are out of the box in Yocto. We're not using those. We're going to be using the SDK brought by TI. Now I'll just hit it just to show that it works. Maybe locale. Okay. So this is solvable. Where is... yeah. What is it? The good stuff. The Gen 2 Bible. I love it. So nice. Really well done manual, by the way. In any case, I think it's the base system we want. Tells us how to set up Gen 2 very concisely, very specifically, and allows us to make our own decisions based on that. Just a little side note. Shows you how to mount everything, etc. Very nicely done. I can't think of any... I don't think how they could be clearer, but that's me. Anyways. So we're just going to search locale. There it is. Configuring locales. Alright, great. Okay. Okay, that's it. And then we want to choose 5. Cool. And now if we bit bake, I think it's... if I could type, that'd be nice. Oh, I need a source again, I'm sorry. Bit bake? Yeah, okay. So let's clear that up. Just want to see if it worked before I... just a little quick peek. anyways, you'll see that it pops up, and I'm going to go through this in a second. You get a lot of warnings because we're using a later version of Python than what wasn't used to actually make it in the Dunfell branch. Let's talk about the branches of Yocto while that's loading our cache and everything. So, Yocto project, GitHub, I think. Yeah. So Pokey is the name of the vanilla Yocto stuff. This is what we want. And you know what? I'm going to... I'll let it run. It's okay. Anyways, so we got a couple branches here, right? Jethro, Honister, Hardnod, Green. I haven't heard of any of this, okay? And Dunfell, where is Dunfell in relation to all these latest and greatest ones? Kirkstone is very old, I think. Where did the other branches go? Let me see. Did I not do that right? View all branches. Active branches. So yeah, I'm not even using an active branch anymore for this. Let's just go to all here. So the one that I was going to use that I know works, something that was contributed for 6 months ago. That's actually not too bad. It's not that old, I guess. But anyways, Dunfell. That's the one you want. That's what's going to do the stuff, the goodies. Where's Zeus in this, I wonder? Zeus? Oh, there is a Zeus. 3 years ago. That's very old. Okay. So I guess that guy was like, screw it, I want something really stable. Let me go with something old. But I guess still had problems. So, oh, yeah, okay, so let's move this over here. Well, let's close. Let's move this over here. Okay. So what you're looking at is my configuration, okay? So you can take note. We are in Gen 2. We are compiling for beaglebone. Distro, Arago. That is the specific TI made distro for the beaglebone black. It's what it was meant to be put on it, in my opinion. Got the now you got the branches. As you can see, we're using Dunfell, and these are the hashes of all of them. So please take note of the actual checkout for that branch of all these things. Now these are things that have to be all in order. I'm gonna quit the bitbig. This is just what it looks like when you start building it. As you can see, it's 9,000 right here. 9,000 things need to be built, and we're on 555. So you can understand this will take a while. And you know, anyways, I'm gonna Control C out of this because I actually don't have enough hard drive space. This is gonna take up at least, I think, 300 gigs, and I don't want to get too close to the bone here. So I'm gonna be blowing up my. Here, I'll show you. So what we have is another basically 500 gig of OS Windows. I was going to blow that up and incorporate that back into my full Gen 2 and just run Gen 2 on this laptop. I know it's funny we're on a laptop here, but it's good enough. It doesn't matter, you know. And so that's why I'm quitting the build. I just want to show the configuration. This is what you want to configure to get the basic distro up with hardware acceleration and a custom splash screen. No custom application on top yet. Just yeah. So let's see. So how does it know? 2 files. So here. This is where we are, and this is what's in that file. And in that file, you can see there's a conf folder. Configuration, BB layers. This is where you specify all the meta layers you want. And here, these first 3 are default by Yocto. You need to have them. It's just and then we get to our specific board and what that needs and entails and all that good stuff. So skeletons first, toolchain of course, and then finally a Rago at almost the very end here. So it basically builds on top of each other. Think of it as like a layer of a cake or whatever. And if I pull up the local conf, you can see the guy was close in doing what he was doing. I think he just needed a few. Maybe he'll figure it out. But let's get to the top of the screen here. See, we set our target to beaglebone, not beaglebone dash Yocto, just beaglebone. Down here we specify our tool chain path. Here, I'm going to close this down so you can see this better. So this is where I put it. Okay. We have our Yocto. We have our Yocto. Inside Yocto is the Poke branch. This is what I just GitHub, and showed the Zeus and all those branches. That's that. And then we create a custom metas folder, or at least I like to do it this way. And we create a sources and a toolchain folder. And inside toolchain is, you guessed it, the toolchain that we're going to use, so that way we don't get confused. So I'll just show that real quick. That's this. And inside that is, of course, the toolchain itself. And yeah, so all the goodies are there. So anyways, that's what this is specifying. This directory, that's the toolchain path. That's what we're looking at here. And then we have the sources. I was cute before, and I named it SCRZ or something. I just made it a little bit more, I guess, professional. Let's call it sources. So we make this directory sources. This is where all our stuff is going to build to. Obviously, you don't want to build inside of your code that just gets muddied up because, like, what's the deployable, what's not, right? So that's the reason for this. Let's see. Yeah, so inside sources is done a certain way. We specify these 3 files, which you can see are down right here, specified in the sources flag, which talks about its parent. You have those 3 files here. So that's what the layers is pointing at. That's how the breakdown goes. That's how we set up everything at a minimum. Okay, cool. So I changed from RPM to IPK. Again, I'm coming from a Debian background. You're welcome to stick with RPM. It's whatever your heart desires. I just thought I'd be a little different and be cute this way. Yeah, Debian style. RPM is more Red Hat. I'm not going there. So yeah. Let's see. Anything else we want to cover in this file? Yeah, a couple things. So we're gonna have GTK, the custom splash screen. We're gonna get sound in, hence pulse audio, and this is stuff you probably really care about. So we want to remove X11 for this to work. We need to have OpenGL kernel modules, of course, and we're telling it what type of kernel we're going to use, basically, which is this. And this is all hardware acceleration stuff, the SGX stuff. And same with this, the kernel modules. You need that. That's basically the magic sauce right there. Anyways. So, yeah, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to make a GitHub account and put all our stuff there and just basically walk through it and show how that works. Thanks.